First of all, I call this cabinet meeting in part just to thank publicly the members of this cabinet for 8 extraordinary years of service. A number of them have been with me the whole way, and for all of them, I am very grateful. The policies we have worked on together have been very good for America. They have sparked the longest economic expansion in history. Our welfare rolls are cut in half. We have crime at a 28-year low, and more land has been protected in the lower 48 states than at any time since Theodore Roosevelt's administration almost a century ago. This is a record that all of them can be proud of, and only a small fraction of the record that they established. Our country is now moving forward, and in the final weeks of this administration, we are committed to maintaining a steady course. That means providing a smooth transition to the next president, whether it is Vice President Gore or Governor Bush. As you know, an appropriate legal process is now underway. That process will take a few more days to play itself out. Our job is to do what we've done for 8 years now, to focus on the business at hand. That is why I'm signing today an executive order creating a transition coordinating council. The council will provide the president-elect's team with coordinated services, especially regarding personnel matters. This action and other efforts by the cabinet will well ensure that we are as prepared as we can possibly be for an orderly transition to the new administration. And meanwhile, we'll be doing what we can to get ready when Congress comes back to town in a few days. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, do you think Governor Bush was presumptuous in declaring victory last night?
Well, I don't think I should comment on what he or the Vice President says. There is an election challenge. Both of them have litigation involved. At least one case involves the U.S. Supreme Court, and the election challenge will play itself out. I will say what I have said from the first day. In all this interplay, it is easy to lose what is really important, which is the integrity of the voter. Every single vote. On election day, every person who voted had a vote that counted just as much as mine. And so they have to sort that out in Florida. Whose votes should be counted? Can every vote be counted? If every vote can't be counted, is there a good reason why you're not counting that vote? And I think those are the things that will be resolved in this election challenge. And I think we just have to let both sides are very well represented, and they all both have litigation, and we'll just watch it play itself out.
Mr. President, so you don't accept Florida's certification of George Bush as the winner?
It's not up for me to accept or reject. There is a legal process here. And both of them have filed lawsuits. And the Supreme Court of Florida, when they issued their opinion a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, actually anticipated the challenge. And if you read the opinion, they explicitly acknowledged that it was almost a certainty. So, you know, let's just watch this happen. It'll be over soon, and we'll be ready for the transition.
Mr. President, to what extent were you or anyone on the White House staff involved in the decision by the General Services Administration to withhold transition funding from the Bush-Cheney team?
I was not involved in it at all, and as far as I know, no one else here was. But there is a procedure. We actually went back and reviewed the congressional deliberations on this legislation. And I think the General Services Administration believes that it cannot offer transition assistance to both of them, which is what I would otherwise be inclined to do. And I think they're doing what they think the law requires. But I personally, I can't answer for anyone else in the White House, but I was personally not involved in it. I think they're trying to do what they think the law requires while this election challenge plays itself out. Won't be long now.
Thank you.
Have you spoken to the Vice President at all?
I talked to him on Thanksgiving. He called him to wish him and his family a happy Thanksgiving. That's the last time I talked to him. No.
Thank you.
to award him like he awarded me for 8 years.
Nothing to do, right?
What are you going to talk about?
I'm here to listen.
Nice cap.
Microphone.
Good.
Microphone.
Nice cap.
Microphone.
Good defense. They're playing well this year.
What's your best advice to the incoming president?
Answer your questions. Get a good team and do what he thinks is right.
President-elect, you've spoken about the economy, about problems with the economy. Are you going to inherit a recession from President Clinton? And President Clinton, what are your thoughts about that?
I really don't have any comments. I look forward to talking to the president. I'm so honored that he was extended his hospitality to me and my wife yesterday. He didn't need to do this, and I'm most grateful that he would do so.
Mr. President, what do you think about a recession?
Well, a recession is 2 quarters in a row of negative growth. I don't think we're going to have that. But we couldn't keep up 5% growth a year, forever. So I think 49 of the 50 blue chip forecasters think that growth will be 2.5% or better next year. We'll keep unemployment low. But I think there'll be things to be managed. He'll have economic challenges, and you ought to give him a chance to meet them, and not try to figure it all out in advance.
Are you going
General advice to President-elect to take on the responsibilities?
No, I just told Hill, and my only advice to anybody in this is just get a good team and do what you think is right.
Are you going to North Korea?
I have no decisions been made on that. We've been talking, our people have, about what we've attempted to do with North Korea. It's interesting, when I had this meeting 8 years ago with the President-elect's father, he told me that the biggest problem we were facing was the nuclear program in North Korea, and we were able to build on the work they had done and put an end to that. And now the big problem there is the missile program. We may have a chance to put an end to it, and if we can, I think we should. But this is something that I want to consult with the President-elect and his team about, and we'll see what the facts are, and I'll try to do what's best for the country.
Governor, I understand that you're not against him going, is that right?
I haven't had a chance to talk to the president yet, Helen.
We haven't talked about this.
What will you tell him is the biggest problem, Mr. President?
I want to talk to him. How do you? He can talk about that. I waited 8 years to say that.
Governor, are there anything different as you come to this house in your position now than what it was as a family member?
It's vastly different. It's such a huge honor to come as the president-elect, and I don't think I'll really fully realize the impact until I swear in. I suspect the president will say the same thing, and I am humbled and honored, and I can't thank the president enough for his hospitality. He didn't need to do this.
Yes, he did.
And, I hadn't quite finished yet. And I'm grateful, and I look forward to the discussion. I'm here to listen. And the president is kind enough to offer some advice. If he is, I will take it in.
Are there questions you have for the president first?
If there are, I'm going to ask it in private. And afterwards, not share them with you. Sure. Thank you. I understand.